In this video, we will be unboxing this, running it, and giving a quick review, all in under 10 minutes. So stay tuned and let's see how this JJRC product does. Hey guys, Rich here from the RCNetwork.com, and today we have a quick unboxing, running, and review of the JJRC Highlander. This is their 1/12th scale, 2.4 gigahertz four-wheel drive short course truck, although it does look a lot like a Desert Buggy. Inside the box, this is everything you get right here for about $70 US, which isn't too bad considering this is still what I would consider a toy grade RC. Supplemental things inside the box, you get a 2.4 gigahertz remote. It does have minimal controls, including a steering trim, an open button, which basically means on off, all your typical controls in a pistol grip fashion, and it does take 3 AA batteries. You get a wall charger that charges off the balance port on the included battery, and it'll probably take about 6 to 8 hours to charge that battery. You also get a 1500 milliamp lithium battery. Couldn't see that it was a lithium polymer, but it is a 2S or 7.4 volt battery, 20C discharge rate. It does come with Dean's style connectors, and like I said, it does charge off that balance plug to the wall connector. Also in the box, you get a little bag of tools, including a 2.0 and 1.5 millimeter Allen, a couple of extra body pins, a T-wrench, and 2 extra pinions, which is pretty nice. I'm assuming that the smallest of the 3 is installed on the vehicle. Finally, you get a very minimal owner's manual that just has brief knowledge about the item, how it was assembled, boxed, and battery instructions and that type of stuff. Overall, out of the box, the JJRC Highlander looks pretty good. I can't complain for $70 US for not only this, but the controller, the battery, and everything else that you just saw. It looks pretty good. It does have non-functional lights right here. You can add LED lights if you'd like to, but that'll be another $5 to $10 additional investment. The tires look pretty grippy, although I don't feel any foams inside of here. They have a plastic beadlock design, and they are 12 millimeter hexes that bolt onto the stub axles. You do get some realistic features, including the driver and also navigator. You get a little spare tire here that's an actual functioning wheel, so if you happen to damage one, you can replace it with the spare and keep driving. Under the side of the vehicle is pretty stout. You have independent front suspension and a solid rear axle, a lot that you would see in a lot of one-to-one vehicles. It is quite bouncy as far as the suspension. Doesn't seem like there's any fluid inside of those shocks. The rear uses a very long 3-inch style sprung shock, and the front uses a cantilever style shock that's actually laying right here on the underside of the hood. The battery gets dropped in here on the rear side, has access for about a 2000 milliamp battery that you can upgrade to later, giving you a little bit longer drive time. And like I said, you do have a Dean style plug, so you can pick up most hobby grade batteries and be set to go. So after that brief introduction, let's take this thing outside. I got the battery charged up, and let's give her a run. Alright, so now it's been run, and here is my full review of the JJRC Highlander. So I got done driving it now, and I put one battery pack through it. It gave me a good idea of how it drove. It is a smaller RC. This is a 1/12 scale. I definitely prefer 1/10 scale vehicles. They just seem to perform a little bit better than the smaller or mini-sized vehicles like the Highlander here. Now, I did notice that it actually operated very nicely under its kind of bouncy suspension. It didn't feel like it had too much dampening in the shocks. The spring rate was pretty good, and it handled most of the jumps pretty nicely. The four-wheel drive system worked pretty well considering its size, with the independent front suspension over here and the solid rear axle. It seemed to just soak up some of the smaller bumps pretty well, and the jumps, it stayed level throughout. For its size, the speed of it is pretty decent on the included battery. Now, I've got to say the run time was pretty short. It was about 10 to 12 minutes at full out throttle. So it took about 10 to 12 minutes to actually drain the battery to where it went to LiPo cutoff, and all you had was steering. During the running footage, I took quite a few different tumbles to see if I could break it. Now, the speed just doesn't let the vehicle build up too much speed to actually break things, but I did notice that I lost a light cover here that I will not be able to replace. So in a nutshell, for 70 bucks, I think the JJRC Highlander is pretty decent. You get everything in one package. You have to supply your own AA batteries, just 3 of them for the remote, and just charge up your battery. You're set to go. It was pretty fun driving this thing, and I had a blast also filming and editing this video. Well guys, that is it for now. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this quick, concise unboxing, running video, and review of the JJRC Highlander. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to post it on down below. And as always, thumbs up and subscribe. That's it for now, guys. Over now.